Before we start today's green little video, did you know that less than 1% of my viewers are subscribed to me? Which means that there's a 99% chance that you, that's right, you watching this video right at home, is not subscribed to me, and that's frankly disgusting of you. So why don't you subscribe and be part of that cool, nice 1% number, and not that lame, stinky 99% number. Anyway, on to the video. So, you ever found it weird how after Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Grogu became strangely more competent? Like, a little too competent for someone who's essentially a baby? In the Book of Boba Fett, Grogu seems to fully understand the questions that Luke is asking him in these scenes.
Do you remember back home?
I'm sad!
Then in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, Grogu appears to be fully sentient. He nods in agreement whenever he's asked a question by Bo-Katan, and he seems to fully understand Din Djarin in the finale of the show.
Will you cut me loose? Yes.
Hell, he even responds to what Din and Grief Karga are saying in this scene, acknowledging the language that they're speaking.
Get him out of there. No.
No, at least let him try it out in my office.
Yes.
So how would an infant be able to recognize full sentences and what the person is trying to communicate? Grogu was fully aware in Season 3, and there's no direct explanation as to how he evolved. Was he always like this? If he was, that means he was fully aware when he did shit like eat frog ladies' babies. And honestly, that horrifies me. I do believe there is a reasonable explanation. And no, the answer's not bad writing. It's all from this scene where Mando meets Ahsoka for the first time.
Then his memory becomes dark. He seemed lost.
It's implied that after Order 66, Grogu essentially shut himself off from the outside world and his brain stopped developing due to his PTSD. He stopped retaining memories, and any memories of him at the Jedi Temple have also been forgotten, especially since Luke asks Grogu if he wants to remember the Jedi Temple, implying that he doesn't remember any time he had as a youngling. Age regression is a real-world phenomenon where someone's development and thoughts revert to an earlier stage of their development or halt altogether. It's usually a coping mechanism that can be caused from trauma in one's life. Grogu reverted back to acting like a child because of Order 66, and it was only after Luke helped him face that night and reconnect with his trauma to understand it is how he was able to be far more aware. The reason Grogu is so in tune with his surroundings in The Mandalorian is because his trauma has been overcome after the Book of Boba Fett. He no longer feels the need to act like an infant to get along, and he can now act more maturely because he has no reason to be afraid anymore. Now, this still doesn't explain him still looking like a baby and still having baby-like tendencies aside from the general sentience. This can either be chalked up to his lack of development for those 30 years in exile and having no time to develop speaking patterns, although we can also chalk this up to Grogu's species having different maturity development. Grogu has the mind of a 6 or 7-year-old at this point, but his species may just not be able to talk until they are the equivalent of an 8-year-old. And we know Grogu is trying to learn to talk. We see him try to say "this is the way" in episode 3 of Season 3.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So who knows, maybe in the Mandalorian movie, Grogu may finally utter his first words. I mean, either way, Din is way behind on school applications in this point, and I feel like he should probably get on that. There is a school on Navarro, he has no excuse.